Good evening, grave robbers, and welcome back to the television graveyard. We are your TV necromancers, Laura Crane and Noah Houlihan. We've come here tonight to examine the spirits of past television shows, to find out which ones could be resurrected, should be resurrected, and which ones should just stay doomed. This is a podcast in which we'll analyze the history, the hype, and the aftermath of shows that ran only one season, or only one episode. Or maybe were intended to be annual events and were never seen again for reasons that will be very clear. With me as always is TV's Noah Houlihan.
Who wants to be a princess? That's my best Regis.
This was not Regis.
No.
Regis could never. This was Pat Bullard.
Pat Bullard.
Yes, he is Canadian.
Oh, okay. And this is Who Wants to Be a Princess, a reality special that aired in 2001 from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes, it was filmed at the MGM Grand.
Yes.
Where, if you're listening to this, you either saw like an AEW show, or maybe you saw D20 there.
Yeah.
That would be what you would probably know the MGM Grand for if you're a Stay Doomed listener.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just jump right into this. Pat, our host, one of the first things he says is,
a bevy of beautiful women from across the United States have gathered to compete for the chance to live a Cinderella dream come true. On Who Wants to Be a Princess?
a bevy, an entire bevy.
And I don't want to hear this generic-looking man in standard definition talk about anyone's looks.
No.
Like, he looks like if you Google image search the word man.
Well, not just that. He also looks like he's going to a funeral. Because he is wearing a black suit with a black shirt with a black tie. Like, he's like, I am scenery. I do not want to be seen here. I'm going to try to just meld into the background.
I'm trying to remember if that kind of like monochrome suit was very in style in the early 2000s.
It was very in style because it was something that Regis Philbin wore a lot for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Because he loved to put a tie that was the same color as his shirt. I know this because he wore a baby blue tie. And my mom wanted me to wear a baby blue tie for something. I forget what it was. So my mom attempted to email Regis Philbin to ask him where he got his tie. We did not get a reply.
Wouldn't it have been amazing, though, if he was like, oh, hold on.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that has happened. I want to say that there was like a movie star where someone went like, I love your dress, and she sent it to them.
Wow.
Because the person was like, oh my god, I want to wear something like that to prom, where did you get it? Mm-hmm. And the celebrity was like, say no more, and just sent the dress over for her to wear to prom.
Yeah.
I think it also helps if you might have gotten more traction than your mom, because it might have gotten more from like a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Or not even 16 at that point.
I would be
an endearing middle school boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is generic looking, and they're vying for the affections of a mystery prince in silhouette.
Yes. Or as I have in my notes, the Deal or No Deal banker.
Yes.
Like, he's up in like a loft and you only see him in silhouette. And Pat says things like, we're going to have the chance to go on a date with our prince, whoever he is.
Now,
Oh, that's great. What's his name?
I will say, this does predate Deal or No Deal by a few years.
True.
My next note is another Stay Doomed reference. What if the selection, but real and not terribly entertaining?
Well, that's what cracked me up, is he says,
I guarantee that no matter what happens tonight, you've never seen anything like it, and it's something you'll never forget.
And you immediately were like, the selection. And I was like, oh, this is Who Wants to Marry Harry.
Yes. I mean, I think the difference is they are trying to gaslight these girls into thinking it is a specific person.
Right.
These women are just like, no, we're just gold diggers. It's fine.
So, since we're here, where are we in time? Because the fact that this is called Who Wants to Be a Princess is playing off of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I think, hit its peak in, 1999?
So, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire debuts in 98 and probably is at its apex around 99, 2000. But would still be very much in the cultural zeitgeist as, a thing people reference. People are still making "Is that your final answer?" jokes at this point in time.
Yes, use a lifeline.
This was aired on September 24th, 2001.
Right.
So, this is in this very, very weird time period of television. Of post 9/11 TV.
Yes, very post 9/11.
So, I mean, this is a little less than 2 weeks later. So this would have aired on Monday the 24th.
Yes.
So, just under 2 weeks after 9/11.
This would be one of the first things to have aired, because after 9/11, there was a week of just, nothing. Nothing new came out for a week. Because 9/11 was a... Tuesday. And nothing airs because the NFL goes out.
Right.
There's no football that week. And the first thing that comes back is WWE SmackDown. Is the first, live gathering.
Which was 2 days later. Which is insane.
Yes, it's a terrible call. But, TV is totally messed up right now.
Yes. For days after 9/11, many channels were either on their network's news feed. So if you were a Viacom channel, you were CBS's news feed.
Yes.
Or they were on a still card. Because I have a picture saved on my computer of the Food Network still card.
Yeah.
Just because I found it, historically interesting. So your lifestyle channels or your channels not directly tied to a news conglomerate were running still cards. The only exception was children's television.
Yeah, Nickelodeon stayed on.
And PBS. PBS was airing children's television more frequently because it was another haven.
Yes, they needed something to watch. But, during this time period, there were, one or two, simulcast specials where it was just this is just, we're all going to show this. And so, there's amidst all this chaos, there's this attempt to get back to normalcy. And Fox throws this on.
And things like the concert for New York City, which is one of the things, which is I think what you're talking about, is October 20th.
Yes.
So that is telling you...
It's a month and change out.
Yeah, for a lot of our younger listeners, there is no... The news cycle moves very quickly in 2026. We were very much stuck in time for a long time after the 9/11 attacks, media-wise. I mean, things were just starting to come back. So this was a strange thing to air. I could not find the filming dates. I am assuming it was filmed prior to 9/11.
I would imagine, my guess is that this was filmed well prior to 9/11 and lived in a desk drawer for quite some time until someone was like, we gotta air something, but nobody's gonna watch it. Let's just throw this princess show that we made that was gonna be a tax write-off.
Yeah, it would. On the game show wiki, there's very little about this show. It preempted Boston Public and Ally McBeal. I think there is a very solid chance those were not going to be airing regular shows.
Yes. The other thing I want to talk about in terms of where we are in history is reality TV is still kind of new.
Yes.
Like, reality TV kind of gets born out of a writer's strike, and that's when we get, like, Survivor and Big Brother and stuff like that. When is The Bachelor? Because I feel like if this had been filmed, like, a few years later, it would have been called, like, The Royal Bachelor.
Yeah, The Bachelor is in 2003 in the first season.
Yeah, so this is prior to The Bachelor. This is a Bachelor-esque show that is pre-Bachelor. That's why the pun is based off of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yes.
Because The Bachelor doesn't exist to be kind of like parodied yet. So, because I remember when The Bachelor came out, people were like, it's Survivor but a dating show. Is how it was like the elevator pitch for it.
Genuinely funny.
So, I just think it's very interesting, like, that's where we are in time. So they don't know what they're doing with reality TV. And it really shows here. Because there is some insanity that takes place. So, Pat, our host, he is trying to get us excited because of this bevy of women.
Yes.
And he keeps doing hand vagina, where you put your fingertips together and make a triangle, and then you put your thumbs back, and you just kind of like talk and point. Like, he just keeps talking this way, and then he'll put his hands together, and then back to hand vagina. And every time he did it, I went, hand vagina.
You did.
That was his only move, was hand vagina.
So, for the next, I don't know, forever, they just introduced 30 women.
30 near identical women come out.
They are... I'm gonna get old school here. If you are familiar with the doll makers of the mid-2000s internet, this is what that's really reminded me of. They're all just kind of like in a stylish dress with a contemporary hairstyle and contemporary makeup, and they all kind of have that similar... They have very similar makeup look, very similar types of dresses. It's just 30 pretty women.
Yeah, it's the popular girls from Oblongs, if you get that reference.
They all have names, many have jobs, most come from somewhere.
I want to say, like, for a very long time, it is identical women walking up to the microphone, saying their name, saying their job, and where they're from. Applause, repeat. This goes on for a ridiculously long amount of time.
Enough time for 30 people to... You ever been in, like, a meeting or, like, the first day of school?
Yes.
When everyone has to say, like, their name and a fun fact about themselves?
Hand vagina. Let's go around the room and everybody's just say a little fact about yourself. That is what we are doing. Then, this might be the funniest part of the whole thing. After 30 women say their name into a microphone, they get another round of applause, and then we have to go to commercial. And a voiceover says,
Will his favorite be your favorite? Meet the ladies and watch as the Mystery Prince reveals his top 10.
And I went, what? We know nothing about any of them.
To be entirely fair, a lot of time has elapsed.
A lot of time.
It was time for a commercial break.
So, like, of course it's time for a commercial break. What I'm saying is, nothing has happened this entire time.
Oh, no. Nothing's
And we're
happened.
about to eliminate 2/3 of the competition. Why not just start with 10? Like, did we really want to hear those 20 women that we'll never see again say their names?
I actually have a note. This was made to be on your phone during. Now, unfortunately...
But it's 2001!
That was the next thing I was going to say. This feels like perfect be on your phone. But no.
You're playing Snake on your Nokia.
I mean, I would have 100% been playing Pokemon Yellow on my Game Boy Color when this happened. Was the Game Boy Advance out when this came out? Possibly. Did I ever own a Game Boy Advance? No, I had a Game Boy Color. I got it late. You just got a system. You're not getting another one until you have your own money to pay for it. You don't have a job. Yeah. You're a child. Look, we're stretching here a little, gang, because, about 20 minutes has elapsed in the show, and we have little to show for it.
At this point, I want to say thank you to the wonderful Discord for suggesting this show. Because I was like, oh my god, it is a one-episode reality show. We love reality shows. We love a quick watch. And then I saw that it was an hour and a half long. I was like, ooh. Well, maybe it'll be really good. And it's clear to me now that it's not going to be really good. So we come back from commercial. And we're going to learn our top 10.
This takes forever.
This takes
because every time
so long.
They read one of their names, the same little musical sting happens, and the lucky lady must walk down to fall into the line.
Right. Their names are, I wrote them all down.
We don't need to. We can just go into their names when we go into, interviewing them, unless you want the audience to have the experience of a white guy reading a bunch of names and no one caring.
I just thought it was strange because so many of the names sounded fake to me. Like Dawn Ashley Cook, it's like that's just like a bunch of normal name. Elizabeth Smith.
She's in witness protection.
Yeah, Alex Cobb. I'm a Bird is my favorite.
Mia Bird.
Oh, Mia Bird.
I'm a bird.
Sorry, Mia Bird. I had the wrong personal pronoun.
Is this the second I'm a good lady reference I'm making this calendar year on Stay Doomed? Is one of the themes of season 9? Yeah. I'm a good lady.
Yeah, I'm a good lady. So
all this happens. They're conveniently wearing different colored dresses from each other, which I write down, but it doesn't matter because they change clothes by the next time we see them.
Yes.
Anyway. And then, guess what, gang? We go to commercial.
We are 20 minutes in.
I am genuinely disappointed that the rip we saw didn't have the commercials in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the rip we saw it opens with the person who owns it opening their TiVo menu to play it, which I appreciated. But the fact that this is without commercials, an hour and 25 minutes, means that this went into a 2-hour slot.
It did, yes, I can confirm that.
Which means that me saying that we are 20 minutes in means with commercials, we're a half hour into this. We are
easily
a quarter through the 2-hour run slot. The idea that people are like, ooh, who's your favorite? Mine's Elizabeth Smith. What's yours? Is it Mia Bird?
That's the one whose name I can remember, so yes. The first person they interview, because then we do these interviews, and I think this is Dawn, but she immediately calls herself the Bratwurst Queen, because this is I forgot this was a real thing and not just a television fiction trope of small towns that have pageants that are Miss Corn Harvest Festival. Mm-hmm. And I did not grow up in a town that had anything like that. So I didn't think that was real. The same way Europeans don't think Americans ride on yellow school buses and think that's just a fiction.
Oh, really?
That is true.
That's fun.
So she is the Bratwurst Queen, and I thought that was fake.
Now, Don, I understand you've already had a little touch of royalty in your life. You got to wear a crown, is that right?
That's right. I was my hometown festival queen, so my official title was the Bratwurst Festival Queen.
Oh, is that right? And what town were you from?
I'm from Bucyrus. People usually pronounce it Bucyrus, but it's pronounced Bucyrus. And they'll be so proud that I mentioned it on
They
television.
will. That's high praise coming from the Bratwurst Queen.
Of course.
The first question is, I don't have the exact verbiage.
A man you're not attracted to comes on to you. How do you respond?
Depending on the situation we were in, I would probably have a conversation with him for a little while and be sure that I wasn't attracted to him at all. But I would still talk to him for a little while and then just...
Yes!
It's like, what would you do if an ugly person hit on you? If an ugly person dared to speak to you?
Yes, what we are treated to are 10 women giving the safest answers to questions.
I will say I felt like she does a good job with very careful answers. She gives a very kind, charitable answer.
Yeah.
Not a like, ew.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, that's the answer you have to give because you're in a contest. Like, you're not actually getting to know any of these women. It is 10 women giving you the answer that you want to hear because they're trying to win a show.
Yes.
Because her answer is basically, if someone I wasn't attracted to came up and tried to talk to me, I would talk to them and maybe they'd win me over and I'd end up going on a date with them. Which, no. No, you don't do that.
Yeah, I would... One of them is like, would you trust him if he was friends with ex-girlfriends?
Yes.
And of course she would. Because he's rich, you see.
Yes, but later on, they're asked. Another girl's asked the question, your ex reaches out to you. Do you tell the prince? It's like, oh, I would tell him immediately, and I would say that I didn't want to speak with him, and I don't even have any exes that would want to contact me, because I'm all about the prince.
Yeah, I mean, this is that very much in that period of double standards with shows, of the men can have rich inner lives, and the women have to be entirely devoted to the wants and needs of the man. That is very much a hallmark of these early dating shows. Even when it's a bachelorette and male contenders, I do feel like this is still the case of, like, male contestants are allowed to have had exes and more going on in their lives than... Because I keep thinking about this with, like, A Daisy of Love, for example.
Yeah. So I have, like, all the questions that all these people are asked. I was going to go through a beat by beat. I don't want to, so I'm not gonna. I'm just going to pick out the things that I think are important to talk about.
It takes me until the second woman to realize they're wearing different clothes.
Yeah.
And they're wearing what I can only describe as the finest JCPenney's had to offer in summer 2001.
Yes.
Like, it is a period piece in the best possible way. Like, I really liked all of the dresses. They looked like very much that time period in fashion, not Y2K fashion, but very much like what people actually wore.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We've got to talk about Car Wash Girl.
Is this Julie that you're talking
No,
about?
no.
Okay, because I want to talk about Julie. So let's.
I want to talk about
that.
the girl who got caught flashing on a boat.
Oh yes, that is not even what she says.
Oh, she's been on a boat, sexy style, and that they ask her what her walk-on song would be if she was, like, walking into the palace with music playing, and she picks I'm Every Woman.
Yeah.
So no, if you were a prince and you were walking into a castle, what would your walk-on song be?
I'm just an ordinary guy, just another one of the dudes.
What? I don't know that song.
I was making a joke.
Oh.
I was trying to come up with the guy version of I'm Every.
Oh, I thought you were, like, coming up with, like, some obscure song. I didn't know.
No.
Well, what would your walk-on song be?
If I was a prince and I was...
Yeah, I guess if you were going to meet a princess in her palace and you were your walk-on song, because it's a question she was asked.
Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Oh, halfway there.
I feel like the guy choice would be Uptown Girl.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I feel like that would be the standard male choice for this situation.
But Elizabeth is who we're talking about. Elizabeth Smith.
Yes.
Fake name. Elizabeth Smith. The way that she's introduced is, Elizabeth, I hear you like to get your car washed. And then she tells a story about, like, how she left her car to get car washed and blocked traffic. Not that she's, like, super into getting car washes. And then they ask her, like, what's the sexiest thing you've ever done? And she basically says, I was at a boat show, and I was like a model for the boat show.
Where's the most provocative place you've shared an intimate moment?
There was a boat show, and I was in a parked boat.
Really? An indoor
I'm not
building.
saying what provocative moment it was. It was just, somewhat
Yeah.
sexy.
She was a booth babe.
Yeah.
But, like, for a boat. For the rest of the show, this host is like, Elizabeth knows a thing or two about boats. Woohoo! So,
Yeah, they make her the butt of the joke. Because a couple girls later, they make a joke about her because one girl skydives and says something about, like, landing in a lake, and the host goes, there wasn't a boat show, was there? You would have seen Elizabeth.
Yeah, like, they're leaning on it simply because the question she was asked was, what is the sexiest thing you've ever done? So, like, you put her in the situation where you were like, what's a slutty thing you did? Oh, you're such a slut. And that's not even what she says.
And, like, the next girl gets a question that's like, so, you volunteer with underprivileged children.
Yes!
And, like, she talks about how I believe she runs, like, a music therapy. She runs some sort of, like, performing therapy with children.
Yes.
And I have the next note of, the previous girl just had to tell a story about being a dumbass at a car wash. Mm-hmm. And this girl's like, I work with him. It reminds me of that SNL sketch where the guy is winning all the money, and he's like, jackets and jeans.
Oh, yes.
And then the woman's, like, trying to pay for eye surgery for her kid.
Yes.
It's, like, very much that vibe of they set the one woman up to look really foolish, and then the next woman they set up to be, like, Y2K Mother Teresa.
It should be noted that the girls are picked in a random order for these questions. And the way they decide it is the 10 girls are sitting on stage and the elimination chamber light show goes off for just too long.
And may I have our next lady? This is Tavania Gullah.
Yeah.
Before deciding who has to answer these questions. They're stretching, folks. They're very clearly stretching.
The next girl, who I don't remember anything else about, wants pumpkin chariots.
Oh my god, yes.
She has no idea that she's not going to become a Disney princess.
This was Alex Kobe. And she was asked, what is your princess fantasy? And she says, I just want to live my Cinderella story, which is the tagline for the show.
Yeah.
One of the winners will get to win their Cinderella story. And everyone's kind of like, aww. And she's like,
very much like the Cinderella story, getting dressed up in a big blue dress and little magical pumpkins turning into chariots, etc., and just feeling beautiful and feeling like a princess in a big, beautiful ball gown.
and everyone just goes, ooh.
Everyone's like, okay.
This is not what we meant.
It's very strange. She's on another planet.
Yes.
She also has, she has, like, slightly prominent veneers, so I made a joke about Fridge Teeth Guy from, Who's Your Daddy?
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, that's his daughter. Then, this is where I want to point out, they are, after each girl's interview, we get the audience scores. The audience scores are, at this point, all 7s or 8s at this point. Which means there are definitely people giving them 10s, because I'm sure there are people giving them 10s.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are people giving them 0s.
Just to really hit this home, after each girl gets a question on the side of the screen, they're giving a score out of 10 on beauty, poise, and personality, and then their final score.
Yeah, like the average.
I believe, and I'm going to be honest, I went a little cross-eyed during this, but I believe that the top score is an 8.1, which is the girl who went first.
Yes.
And I believe the lowest score is a 6.5, which is the girl who went last. And I think it's just people not liking the show.
I think so,
and
too.
giving low scores to be like, screw this. I hate everything about this.
The last girl I have no notes on outside of her scores are bad, and I think the audience is bored. We have to talk about the next... I do want to talk about each of the next 3 girls, because there's something I want to talk about with each one.
Okay.
Julie.
Yes.
Julie lies and pretends she's in the movie American Pie for clout.
Yes.
And that's her cute story, is her committing fraud at a hotel.
It's her lying.
And she talks about how she has doe eyes.
Yes, this is who I wanted to talk about.
And then immediately gives the camera what is best described as a Kubrick stare.
Yeah, it's amazing, because she has big doe eyes. But she says, like, let me give you the doe eyes. And then gets super intense.
I'm showing Noah a bunch of people doing the Kubrick stare.
Oh, I know what the Kubrick stare is.
I know, but it's funnier if I make you look at it. It's funnier if I make you look at Sephiroth doing the Kubrick stare.
But yeah, and I was like, that's not sexy, that's weird. Please stop doing that.
That happened to me once. I did the exact same thing. During a show, I thought I was being alluring, and someone's like, you are doing a horror movie stare. And you're creeping people. So I could be a little sympathetic to Julie.
Yeah.
Because someone had to tell me I was doing what effectively would have been a Kubrick stare, but we didn't, TV Tropes wasn't a site yet.
Yeah. I did the exact opposite in a show. I did a show where I wanted my character to be like a psychopath that was, bloodthirsty. So anytime I talked about, going to war and fighting, I would have this sick smile on my face. And eventually someone pulled me aside and goes, you're talking about war, maybe you shouldn't be smiling. And I was like, it's like a sick smile. It's like, no, you just look like you're real happy. You're happy-go-lucky. And I was like, no. And I went through my whole backstory about I've been waiting for war for years, and finally I'm given the opportunity. I was soldier number 1, by the way. That's the character I had this epic backstory for. Soldier number 1.
So you were a background character.
In Sueño. In any case, so yeah, that's the doe-eyed girl. That's Julie.
The next girl we have is, I have her, her haircut is the Rachel from Friends.
Yes.
And it's funny because her name is Monica.
Yes, Monica Parade.
And she's a singer, but she talks about how she keeps getting these opportunities to sing the national anthem because singers mysteriously keep getting sick or not making it to the show. And I was like, she's killed people.
She's a murderer. This is a true crime, but true crime wasn't popular enough then.
She's like, oh, and then the singer got sick, mysterious. And I'm like, did you poison her? She mentions 3 or 4 times where she got these, mysterious opportunities. The next one we have is Mia Bird. Mia Bird has the most Y2K hairstyle.
Yes.
And I love it. And she also kind of has that right answer. She's very family-oriented. She loves her nephew.
Yes. She cut his cord, which, cool.
And then she gets a question. This very sweet, family-oriented young lady gets a question where Pat Bullard goes, a male friend offers you sex. Oh, I am reading these questions for the first time.
This is the 3rd time he apologizes for the questions.
Yes.
Pat is really uncomfortable about this. Because he also asked, if you could have sex with any celebrity or anything like that. Anytime he does that, he's like, just so you know, I didn't write these questions. I'm sorry. I'm reading these for the first time. So he's he knows what he's doing is wrong.
Yeah, he doesn't feel good about this.
But yeah, what an insane question to ask someone. A male friend offers you sex. What do you do? It's it's phrased in such a way of sex is the same as being offered a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a sex? I have an extra sex if you need it. I brought 2. So you can have one and I'll still have a sex. This show is so bad.
So By the last girl, the scores are bad because the audience is clearly turning on the show because it's boring.
Yes.
I mean, I'm thinking of where it is. This, to work well, would have needed to have been in a much smaller venue with table service.
Yeah.
Like, I think if the audience was distracted a little bit more, this would have gone better. Then we get...
I want to point this out before we get into the heavy side. This entire time, we also cut to the Prince booth, where you see the back of his head, like he's George Costanza's boss, watching a small screen of the show.
Yes.
Just to remind you, like, the Prince is always watching. Goo. Now, go ahead and heavy sigh again.
So then we get the same 10 women doing a fashion show in cocktail wear.
Yes.
And these are all, again, JCPenney's finest. I have a note of none of these dresses are nicer than what I wore to homecoming in 2001. I also have the note of a lot of them are clearly not models. They were not trained to walk.
Yes.
In a lore drop, I do have some model training. Ha 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 ha. Long story. But I could tell from looking at them, like, oh, you've had no training, because there are a few things they teach people first about, like, what foot to step off.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did that, I was like, okay, you had no training. Because if you had any training, this is, like, the thing they would have taught you. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really interesting, because I would have thought they would have given them, if they were doing a fashion show, they would have given them super, super, super basic training.
I don't think they care. I think it's, you're hot, go be hot out there. This portion, because, spoiler, after cocktail dress and swimwear, started to feel like Girls Gone Wild. Where it's
What?
Because the whole point is gawk at these women. I felt like I was back to watching the WWE Girls Gone Wild thing that we did for this show. Where it's just like, what do you mean we have to put effort in what's going on? I'm saying, beautiful woman go do beautiful woman stuff.
I mean, it's very much like Miss America. It's like any pageant. All pageants have, like, all of the televised pageants of that time period had evening wear, swimwear, and that was the whole point, is girl walk by and look pretty. Yay.
But Miss America has a talent portion. There will be no talent portion. And this feels like it's lacking in direction. That's what I'm comparing it to.
Fully admit, when you say talent portion, all I can picture is Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality with the glasses.
Yes. But what I'm saying here is, I don't think at any point someone said, like, let me show you what's going to happen if you're in the top 10. Let's run through it.
Do you know why
I think it's going to be, if you're in the top 10 during the swimsuit part, walk over to this part, move around, and there will be a fan.
Do you know why there's probably no Do you know why there's no talent portion, most likely?
Because the Prince don't care?
Rights. If they dance, music needs rights. If they sing, unless they sing a standard, music needs rights.
Here to sing Camptown Races. It's fake name Elizabeth Smith.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
If you would need music rights, and they clearly had no music budget because they used the same 2 or 3 musical interludes constantly and repetitively.
Yes.
So this was made, in my opinion, fairly cheaply.
Yeah. So I want to just real quick say this. All 10 girls show us their cocktail dress. When they're showing off their cocktail dress, you get a list of their dislikes and likes. I did not write down the dislikes and likes for each person, but I wrote down the fact that none of them are interesting. Dislikes include dishonesty, hyper dogs, and rude people. Those actually showed up for different women. Likes include laughing, sunsets, and music. Like, these are the safest, dumbest answers you could possibly give. There's actually a line in Funny People where Seth Rogen goes up to Aubrey Plaza and is like, hey, do you like music? And she's like, did you just ask me if I like music? That's like asking if I like food. Like, saying I like music is a nothing statement. I've learned nothing about you.
All of your dating profile answers are food. Basic.
Basic.
Like, none of them have anything. And I'm sure it's not because these people have no interests. I'm sure it's they were... Who knows if they were even asked?
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely...
None of this is real.
These are so boring. I can't even tell you if these women actually gave these answers or if they were just assigned generic answer. Because they're never asked about these things. They never speak about these things. So I can't fully guarantee that they were even polled.
Yeah.
Because I would think your approach would be to pick something safe but still kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm really into Greek mythology.
Yes, that's at least a fact.
So, like, something kind of interesting. Or I love, like, some of them will say things like, I like reading. You could put a genre, like, I like reading cozy mysteries.
Like, the idea that the prince... Because it then says, after this, we have to take a short break while the prince is making his final calculations. Like, he's got a calculator and a pen pad going, well, she doesn't like rude people, and I'm a big fan of rude people, so that's -3 points. But she is pro-laughing, so that's +4. But she was also in a 2-piece I didn't like, and her cocktail dress was poorly chosen. No! None of that is happening! Getting upset.
So then we have the swimsuit. There's nothing to talk about with the swimsuit. So we get the 5 finalists.
Yes, the calculations are over. We're going to learn our 5 finalists. I think we also get a recap. And I was just like, no.
No, the recap was before the cocktail hour. Where?
Oh, God.
Because I have, what are we recapping? So we get the 5 finalists, and then we get the fantasy makeover. And the fantasy makeover, I have to immediately look it up because it's from Claire's Collections. And I genuinely thought it was going to be like Claire's, like, the mall store.
No, it is not. Just to clarify, we get the 5 people who are moving on. Monica, Jessica, Megan, Elizabeth, and I forget who the last one. Devanya. And then we go to commercial again.
Yep. Well, because they have to ostensibly have time.
And then it's the makeover of a lifetime. They keep using that phrase. And the makeover of a lifetime is a nice dress.
Yeah.
All the women look exactly the same from before and each other. And we have to watch them walk down steps.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Start fast forwarding here. Because I didn't need to watch them walk down steps. And it took a minute. It took a full minute of my life to watch them walk down steps. And then they had to make their final plea to the prince.
So I want to also talk about these dresses.
Okay, we'll talk about the dresses first.
They are pageant dresses. That's not a compliment. They don't look elegant. They look like a Ren Fair dress. Like they don't look princessy. I've seen Disney cosplays that look more elegantly pretty than this. So they're not like a princess classic dress, but they're also not an evening wear. They're in these weird pageant ball gowns that are genuinely not very pretty.
No.
One of them looks like this looks like a cheap Disney knockoff for The Nightman Cometh.
Yes.
Which the dress from The Nightman Cometh is an Aurora dress.
Right.
They look like separates. A lot of them look like a skirt with a weird top on top of it.
Okay.
Tavania looks like Taylor Swift in the Love Story video. Because she's got the curly blonde hair and, like, the way her dress is styled, I just started looking at you and going, we were both young when I first saw you. But then they all talk.
Yes.
One girl's dress is her, like, she comes out and I look at you and go, you know how I like to wear my dresses when I'm on national television? One of them is up on her shoulder and one of them's off the shoulder.
Yeah.
I was like, there is a dresser somewhere who is asleep at the switch.
Yeah. She looks like a ragamuffin.
It actually looks like if she was our protagonist. Like, she would be a little off.
Yeah, she's off kilter and she's like, oh, she's,
wearing Converses with her dress.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get that girl. We don't get the anti-princess. But then they talk.
So, this is what my notes have. We start.
I want to see what you say about this first one.
We start with Monica. Monica starts with,
I feel as if I'm dreaming. And I don't want to wake up. You always dream of wearing a beautiful gown.
just full tears.
Are you gonna? I thought you were gonna try to do the noise that she makes when she says that.
But just like begging this man, please pick me. None of the other girls do that.
She sounds like a sexy baby.
Yeah.
Like Kristen Milioti in 30 Rock.
Yes. The next one's Jessica, and she starts with,
Actually, I'm really nervous. I didn't expect to come this far.
Genuinely.
which is like, I really thought I'd be out in the top 30. I would enjoy some catering, but I'm still on stage.
She's the one whose sleeves are off. She then becomes my favorite because she's the one who's like, I didn't think I was going to be here today. I don't have anything to say about the next girl.
Oh,
at
Megan?
all.
Oh, Megan's great. She's like, she starts with, I'd like to meet you. It's like, oh yeah. I don't know who you are. You might suck.
Yeah, like, we don't know anything. I had a note way up thread that says, like, this cat's like 70.
Yeah. Because then Elizabeth comes down. Editor Noah here. At the time that this is popping up in the podcast, this is literally when I'm recording it. Because as I was going through editing things, I found something out that I have to share with you here. So when we watched Who Wants to Be a Princess, we watched it off the YouTube channel, Too Sexy for My Bedpan, which Laura and I thought was just a quirky YouTube name. It turns out that this is the YouTube of Elizabeth Smith. So I know I keep joking that it sounds like her name is fake and that she's in the witness protection program, but Elizabeth Smith is actually the reason why we have access to this episode. It also turns out that she goes by on YouTube, Too Sexy for My Bedpan, because she was diagnosed with ALS. And after being diagnosed and going through that, she wrote a book called Too Sexy for My Bedpan, How to Give and Receive Care. She wrote this book through blinking because she's very much immobilized due to ALS. And using a computer that tracked her eyes, she blinked a book, which you can buy right now on Amazon. It's called Too Sexy for My Bedpan. It's apparently one of 3 books that she has written. And I just thought it was very interesting that this is the backstory behind how we got this and the backstory behind Elizabeth Smith. From what I've seen in my research, she's still doing well and, dealing with her ALS, but I thank you for putting this online for us to cover. Because then Elizabeth comes down, she says,
Well, first of all, this has been an incredible week, and anything above and beyond this would definitely be extra.
Which is a very nice way of saying, like, don't really want to go any further than this. It's been nice to be on television. I don't want to go on a date with you.
And then finally we have Tavania. I don't have anything about what she said. I just had that she looked like Taylor Swift.
She says,
Wow, this has just been such an amazing experience for all the girls here, and
which is her way of saying, like, it's been great hanging out with these people who I've actually talked to and interacted with. That's the part I've enjoyed. The part where I win a date with you, maybe not what I'm interested in. And so we had one girl cry, and the rest of them were like, wow, this is unexpected.
Really thought I'd be at the open bar by now.
Yeah, didn't think I'd be here. This is further than I planned.
I still get to go to the after party, right?
Yeah. Give it up for the other girls that I wish I was hanging out with right now.
And then they talk about how they prepped for this for a week. And that makes that make a lot of sense. Of like, oh, all these girls have been working on this for a week. Why does the show feel so thrown together?
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes sense why they're so much more into, like, the experience and each other. I think we should have seen Princess Camp. I think we could have gotten a good 5-minute vignette of them, like, training to be a princess and, like, learning table manners and stuff if they prepped for the show for a week.
Yeah, they have no idea how to do a reality show. Like, they did, like, any other reality show would have filmed the prep.
Yes. And would have given a couple of girls, probably these 5, something in the prep that made them stand out. Like, maybe Jessica, whose sleeves are wrong, maybe, like, drops her fork a bunch.
Yeah.
Or can't figure out which one to use or something. So, we go to commercial.
Yeah. It's time to meet the prince.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we also get what the prize kind of is. You're supposed to go on a date with the prince, but really the prize is this $40,000 diamond necklace.
Yeah. The whole thing is they keep saying, like, somebody's Cinderella story will be coming true tonight. Someone's going to become a princess. And then they also pepper in language of, like, you're going to go on a date with them, and then who knows? We're saying, like, you're not a princess. But who knows? So it is, of course, Prince Harry from Wales, who comes down with the royal jewels. No, it's not.
Prince Harry from Wales?
Is it not Prince Harry of Wales? I watched a whole show about this.
William is the Prince of Wales. At the time of the show, Charles was the Prince of Wales. Harry is the Duke of Sussex.
Harry's not even a prince?
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Okay.
That's how lineage in the royal family works, of, like, that's his title.
Okay.
Because he's not... The Prince of Wales is next in line for the throne.
Okay. In my defense, my knowledge of the prince comes solely from Stay Doomed related projects. One was a reality show where they were deliberately lying to me, and 2 was a really bad musical.
And I think both times there were major, well-known pieces of...
incorrect information.
British monarchy lore that I had to drop on you. He's also not from Wales.
Anyway.
Check. He looks like Norman Bates.
This guy looks like Norman... It's Prince Gianovelli from Rome. And he comes out, he comes down the stairs, and he waves like an infant. Like, you know how the Queen waves? Like, there's a lot of talk about the Queen.
Yeah, like screwing in the light bulb wave.
He does the thing where he just opens and closes his hands.
Yeah.
Because infants don't know how to control their body yet. That's how he waves.
We're both waving in this audio podcast.
You can hear my hand moving on this microphone, right?
And I have a note here. Man, I guess the time change is getting to him. Dude is tired. Because there is no tension in this last moment. He just walks over to Devania and just gives it to her.
He's like, yeah. It's like, who is it that you're good? Oh, it's Devania. Okay. Like, Pat's not done talking.
This would have been the time to have a little bit of stretching and tension. I almost think that they had to be like, wrap it up, dude. We only have a 2-hour slot. So we spent way too much time playing them out to each song. We had to have them each walk across the stage a bunch of times, so, like, we don't have time for any pageantry here.
then I think this is my favorite part of the show.
When he says congratulations, Prince, like we don't know his name.
Yeah. But I also love this. This might be my favorite part. They walk to a car that's like in the building, and they're like, "All right, look at the lovely couple. She's about to start her Cinderella story." And then they drive away, and Pat looks in the camera and says, "Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss this. We'll be right back." And me and Laura looked at each other and went, "They're gone. What's left to do?" They come back from commercial, and Vagina Hand Pat himself goes, "What a night we've had. Good night." And no additional content happens. Oh, I was dying.
Yep. And that is the whole show.
That was the entire show.
I can't believe we managed to wring 50 minutes of podcast out of that.
Well, here's the big question. Are they still together?
No. I don't know.
What? They made me believe in their love.
I couldn't even find anything about this dude, man.
Are you saying he's not a prince?
It said he was descended from Italian nobility. I think this is like Megan Wants a Millionaire, where like some people kinda sorta had a net worth of $1 million.
Sounds like this is more like Joe Millionaire. Where we're lying about this man. That's right, he is the prince of used cars.
Oh my god.
It's Crazy Prince Johnny. His deals are insane. So thank you to Jeremy for recommending this show to us. Definitely wouldn't have been something we'd covered if it wasn't for this suggestion. I was going to say show, but I feel like that's an insult to shows.
This happened.
Yeah, what amount of time? What's your verdict?
Oh, doomed. Doomed.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a stay doomed as well.
Because how many sons of royals or people tangentially related to nobility are you going to find? And how many times are people going to watch this? I think there could have been more to this. I think they could have done some things to make it interesting. I think if you had done more of a traditional dating show, this could have worked. Or if you had made it more of like the palace intrigue.
Yeah.
You could have done some really fun things with this, a la The Selection.
Yeah, the big thing is, though, we're before all of that.
Yes.
We're before The Bachelor at this point in television history. We're post-dating game.
Yes.
So they could have been smart and just been like, all right, this is the dating game, but with a prince. But that's not what they do. They do Miss America with a prince in a box. With Prince Albert in a can. Oh, God. Oh, man, this was something. It's a stay tuned from me as well, especially since their love did not last.
Nope.
Thank you so much for joining us. Scheduling update. Chances are next week there will either be no episode or a Stay Doomed adventure.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying at this time. So get excited or ready to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And thank you once again to Jeremy for suggesting this. If you have a pilot you'd like us to do, please suggest it in our Discord. You can find the links below. Like I said, the way we are doing this season of Stay Doomed, it's oops, all bangers. We're only doing things that we've always wanted to do for this show with the occasional suggested pilot.
Yes.
So be sure to click our Discord, join there, talk to us about stuff. We're fun people. And if you don't want to do that, where else can people find us?
You can email us at thestaydoomedshow@gmail.com or on Blue Sky at Stay Doomed.
And if you want to talk to me about anything else, I'm at TV's Noah on Instagram.
If you are shocked I tell you, that somehow Noah got through this episode without making a Princess Problems reference, and I am shocked because he has been making them for the last 2 weeks, I'm Laura Crane on Blue Sky. Until next time, stay doomed, princess.
I've been singing Princess Problems from Snow White a lot.
Yeah, you have.